Last night at 2 AM the gameplay showcase for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 dropped. I stayed up to watch it, and in the morning I went for a deep dive. Let's talk about it. The first thing that I thought was how familiar this all felt, with Henry on the horse taking in the scenery. The god rays passing through the willow tree, a wayfarer on his way to his next destination. There's been many a times that I've done just that in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, and I'm happy to report I will no doubt do the same here. Opening up the map shows more familiarity, although the new icon doesn't hold a candle to the one in KCD1. This one just looks kinda off to me. The other one was kind of styled. This one is more a 3D look. Not about it, but it's just an icon on the map, so I'm not gonna dwell too much on it. Looking further, there are icons for open quests on the map as well, and there is an icon for a deer hunting spot here. Localized reputation makes a comeback as well. So we are on a quest to find 2 men-at-arms to recruit them for our cause against Sigismund. We can clearly see the HUD here, which is an evolution from the one from KCD1. It shows health, stamina, horse stamina, and also a weapon slot with an indicator of how many bolts you have for your crossbow. On the other side you see a potion equipped. A quick ride through the beautiful forest has us coming to a town called Belani, which according to the IRL map is just 2.6 kilometers due west from St. Barbara's Cathedral in Kuttenberg. And entering the town we are greeted by the wonderful sounds of Jan Valta and his orchestra, finally without any talking over it, and I must say, it's powerful. I love it. It really sets the tone. The knight here has the crest of Kuttenberg on his shield, which makes sense given the proximity to the mining town. Upon speaking to some DICE players about the whereabouts of Ranyek, one of the men that we're looking for, the reputation icon shows, indicating a positive shift. The dialogue choices are very clearly highlighted here, which makes them easy to read. As we follow the gents to Ranyek, an icon has appeared next to the HUD, signifying Henry had a drink. Later it's become clear that Ranyek died after trying to flee from his fellow gamblers and got himself drowned in the local sewage. The following dialogue tree shows a skill check option that was not utilized this go around. When wading into the muck, it doesn't take long for an icon to appear, showing Henry is in fact quite literally a smelly poo-poo head. After picking the poor sod out of the muck and putting him down, we see our first loot screen. It shows the type of items and their attributes. It shows your weight limit, which for me personally is never enough. I always run up into it, so I really hope that I can get Henry stronger so we can carry more. And the same for the horse pebbles. I hope that we can level the horse up, level the strength up, so the horse can carry more weight as well. And it also shows your groschen count as well on the bottom here. And if we look, Ranyek's bow is actually worth a pretty penny, and so is his gambeson. The Farco players want the bow though, and it's clear in the dialogue option you do not have the groschen to satisfy them. After refusing to give the gamblers the bow, it comes to blows, the status indicated by the 2 red hairs fighting at the top of the screen. You can clearly see your yellow stamina bar dropping during the fight. The bar also shows the remaining health of your highlighted opponent. The fist fighting now has a 4-quadrant design, although the low attack is combined into one. When Henry draws his sword, his opponents respond in kind. The sword has the familiar 5-pronged design of Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, although the low attack is combined into one here as well. The perfect block also makes a return. Something new is the mercy kill during the fight. This one looks gnarly. Riposte is a thing as well. A perfect attack started out from a perfect block. As Henry puts away his sword, the HUD expands, showing different quick access slots for weapons and potions. As you walk away from the scene of the crime, your decision to wallow in the local sewage comes back to haunt you.
What the? Did I step in shit? Oh, it's just you.
I didn't have the time to wash up, but I'll do that right away.
This highlights the fact that people will respond to whatever you're doing and whatever your current personal condition is, in this case, a stinky poo-poo head. And of course, well, they tend to find the bodies as well.
Murder! I found a body!
So we head to Kuttenberg to get ourselves cleaned up. It is hard to overstate the look of riding up to Kuttenberg. It really looks majestic. The same goes when Henry rides into the interior of the city. The detail and the people going about their day is a sight to behold. Later, a guard takes notice of you, and you can either respond in kind or mellow greetings.
Don't cause any trouble, got it?
I'll be with you.
Henry did not choose violence that day. And I probably wouldn't either unless I had a Savior Snaps, because sometimes stuff like that triggers me, and if I had a Savior Snaps just a moment before, I might do something stupid. Something that you can definitely do, and something that is coming up later in this video as well. And talking about the world's reaction, when you talk to the Bathhouse madam, she immediately calls you out on your smelly situation.
What can I do for you, you stinker?
Just more immersion here. The choices range from just getting clean to healing your wounds to full service. If KCD 2 is anything like KCD 1, it will give you an extra perk by picking the full service option. Haggling is back as well, but in this case Henry parts with the monumental sum to get clean. After a quick fade to black, we end up inside the bathhouse and make our way out. The bathhouse really does look very detailed inside. When we get outside, there's NPCs everywhere on their way to or from their day-to-day activities. It really does look like a living city. And every one of them can be impacted by your actions, good or bad. And then the icon here next to the hut. Could Henry be hungry? He's always hungry. And of course, you can go Scorched Earth on everyone, including in the city of Kuttenberg. You can get absolutely wasted too. But a price for getting caught, maybe for punching a chicken or...
Hey, did you forget your clothes somewhere?
Aye. At your mother's place when I was shagging her.
It can be mild to severe. Random encounters are also a thing, but in this case the guy is a thief who makes off with 50 of your groschen. You catch up to him and let him go. This is not something that I would personally do, because I usually make them pay quite severely for their thieving ways. Next up, we're going to a trader. It was apparently the first time Henry made it to that specific trader, since it shows an icon in the top left corner indicating you discovered something. Here we see the full inventory, including a way to see how our Henry looks to the outside world. I do hope we get a photo mode, because that would be awesome. There are so many great locales, and I would love to show off my Henry in all those locations without having to download a mod, which you had to do for Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. On the full inventory page, you also see Henry's stats and the stats for the ware you're about to purchase and sell. Equipped items are highlighted with a red shield.
Vielen Dank. Du wirst sicher zufrieden sein. Bis bald.
This was an extremely nice touch. The trader speaks German, and it is also very accurate because in 1403 Kuttenberg, they were the most wealthy inhabitants of that city. And when you look at the attention to detail inside the trader, it is also great. It looks a whole lot better than it did in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. On the way to recruit our second man-at-arms, we come across a ruin. Up on deciding to enter, you see the hare's ears go up, which indicates you were heard, and ultimately a guard has spotted you. And then the icon changes here, essentially telling you to get out. When you get a little bit further away, the icon disappears. We decide to go back a little bit more quiet-like. And here comes the cool thing. There is quick sets located on the wheel under Henry, so you can quickly switch from battle mode to stealth mode, if you will. This is a great added feature for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, because in KCD 1 you would have to end up doing it manually, which is something I never end up doing because it took so much time to take off your plate and then put on your more silent clothing. Essentially, I was loud all the time. Here, it is just a single setup. You do it, and then you can just switch as the situation demands. This is a great thing that Warhorse did here. So when in stealth, you can distract the guards in various ways with rocks or your voice. The hair icon signifies the guard's distraction, so you can sneak up from behind and take care of them. The crossbow will be a handy tool here as well, since it's quiet to operate and ready to go at a moment's notice without you having to hold a draw with a bow. It doesn't do you any good when you miss though. Perks are activated here. We'll probably find out later on what they do exactly. We're again in a sword fight, this time against an opponent with a shield. As the shield takes damage, it eventually becomes useless to the user. The same can happen to your weapons as well, so you have to take care of them. In this fight, Henry takes damage as signified by the increasing white bar. This also reduces your stamina you have available for attacks. This is the exact same thing that happens in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. At the end of the fight, the opponent surrenders, giving you a choice of what to do. You can be awesome Henry, good Henry, bad Henry, or really bad Henry, which gives us the classic mercy kill animation I freaking loved so much from Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. In the alchemy lab, there is a savior snobs, and it shows the item name and its stats as well. Very neat. The second guy, Adder, apparently got in trouble with the butcher for looking at his wife funny. As he rides into their homestead, Henry levels up horsemanship. The more you do something in Kingdom Come Deliverance, especially when it comes to the horse riding and sword fighting, the higher your level gets. So you will get these perk points and you'll be able to invest them in various things. Which means that in the beginning, you are going to be quite weak. But as the game progresses, more perks become available and you become a pretty formidable Henry. During the investigation on Adder's whereabouts, Henry can involve himself with matters that wouldn't sit well with anyone. Choosing to help buffs your reputation as well. According to my research, this town sits due north of the first town visited and is about the same distance to Kuttenberg according to Google Maps. And when we finally find Adder, he's speaking his native language, which is Polish. This is the stuff that I love to see, to really show that people are from different parts of Europe. When we confront the butcher, a speak check fails, which results in a fight to the death. Your enemies are mere townfolk, so it doesn't take Henry a lot to get through them. Here you can also see that the 5-prong star is in fact a 4-prong for your sword fighting. The low attack highlights both attack sides, whereas they were separate in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. After you dispatch the townsfolk, you cut Adder down, untie him, and he's part of your crew, which concludes the gameplay showcase. This gameplay feels like Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. For lack of a better word, essentially my home in 1403 Bohemia. And yes, there's some changes here. The combat is a big one, but there are some things that they added, such as the destruction of shields, weapons, and I can't wait to explore that inside the game. And I wonder what you guys think, because when I look at the combat, when I look at the storyline, it looks like it's all there. The conversations, the interactions. This is Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 on steroids, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. If you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing. We are at over 500 subscribers. We're over halfway to the 1,000 subscriber goal. And as always, hashtag game for the sake of gaming, and we'll see you guys on the flip side. Take care.